We live in a world that celebrates control. Hustle harder, plan better, push forward. Yeah, that's how we do it. But in God's kingdom, real strength is found in letting go. Surrender doesn't mean giving up, it means handing over. It means saying, God, I trust you with this, even if I don't understand it. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to From Brokenness to Fullness. This is your show host, Jeanith, and I'm so glad you're here today. If you've been following this journey, you know we've talked about faith, fear, waiting, and the silence of God. But today, we are diving into something that can feel hard for most of us: surrender. Because sometimes the hardest thing to do is to stop trying to control everything. In Luke 22:42, Jesus prayed, Father, if you are willing, take this cup from me, yet not my will, but yours be done. My friend, that moment wasn't weakness. It was the ultimate act of strength. Surrender is not a sign of defeat, it's a declaration of trust. But if surrender is so freeing, why is it so difficult? Yeah, because we want control, we want guarantees, we want clarity before obedience. But control is just an illusion. The more we cling to it, the more anxious we become. God never asked us to understand everything. He asked us to trust Him with everything. Trust in the Lord with all your heart and lean not on your own understanding. In all your ways, submit to Him, and He will make your paths straight. True surrender starts when we stop leaning on our understanding and start resting in His sovereignty. Surrender doesn't always look dramatic. Sometimes it is quiet and daily. It looks like letting go of your timeline and trusting God's, releasing resentment and choosing forgiveness, saying yes to what He asked, even when it's uncomfortable, and allowing Him to rewrite the story you've been trying to control. When you surrender, you make space for God's best to enter. Isaiah 55:8-9 reminds us, my thoughts are not your thoughts, neither are your ways my ways. His plan is always greater, even when it doesn't match your expectations. So we have to trust God on anything, big or small, because He has the best agenda for our life. He knows what's better, what's best, more than we do. He is always operating for our own good. Sometimes what we want just destroys us because we don't see the bigger picture. But He does, because He is the Almighty. So, if I were you, trust Him better than your own instinct or your own gut. Nothing is ever powerful than the Creator of the universe, who loves you unconditionally. So, how do we actually live this out? Here are 5 ways to find strength to surrender. First, pray the not my will prayer. Be honest with God, but also release the outcome to Him. We always want to be in control with our results because we want what we want when we want it. That's why we're so controlling, because we thought we know better. And we thought we have the power. But every time we take control, we just get exhausted. But when we truly pray, God, not my will, but yours be done, it's so liberating to just release to the one who knows better and who can make all things possible, right? Second, lay your burdens down daily. You guys, don't just surrender once. Make it a rhythm. Make it a habit. Make it a pattern. Every day, find time to just pray and release your burden. To just pray and repent. To just pray in silence. When you make this a habit, life feels so much lighter. Third, replace control with worship. Worship reminds you who's in charge. Yeah, when when we worship, we are being reminded that there is God and that we believe in Him and that we have faith that He is for us and that He loves us. And it gives peace, so much peace to your heart. What do you want? Peace or confusion? Peace or frustration? Yeah, choose wisely. The answer is so obvious. Fourth, hold blessings loosely. The tighter you grip, the harder it is to grow. Always remember that your blessings are from God. Those are free gifts from God. Maybe you earned it through prayer, but it's always from God. It's always up to him if he's going to release it to you or not. And it's always up to him if he is going to get it from you. So just try to let go so you will grow. Lastly, remember the cross. Jesus' surrender brought our salvation. Can you imagine if Jesus did not surrender to the Father's command, if he did not surrender to his purpose, if he did not obey God's will, we're just all gonna die. Nobody's gonna live forever. And through his example, we find courage to trust God's plan. I've said it earlier, I'm gonna say it again. God's plan is always better than ours. My friend, surrender doesn't make you weaker. It positions you for a breakthrough. For many years, I was a control freak. You guys, I tried so hard to make things happen on my own. I wanted the timing, the outcome, the how. Every time I tried to control things, I ended up more exhausted and frustrated. It wasn't until I fully surrendered and truly said, Lord, I trust you no matter what, that peace began to follow and to flow in my life. The moment I stopped forcing doors open, God started opening the right ones. And that's the power of surrender. It's where striving ends and strength begins. Friend, maybe you're holding on tightly to something right now, a plan, a prayer, a dream, or a person. God is gently saying, you can trust me with this. Surrender is not losing control. It's handing control back to the one who knows best. Isaiah 26:3 says, you will keep in perfect peace those minds are steadfast, because they trust in you. When you surrender, peace follows. So, if this message touched your heart, please do me a favor. Share it with a friend who is in a season of surrender. And don't forget to grab the free values clarity checklist in the show notes to help you realign your priorities with God's peace. Next week, we wrap up our series with living in fullness. And you don't want to miss that episode. Until then, let go, trust God, and find strength in surrender. I love you and God bless. Bye for now.